Hi guys, welcome to another mindset call. So as promised, I was going to show you some of the things, some of the patterns, some of the signals, symbols, whatever it is on my chart that I usually like to look out for to help me gauge the yes or no in taking a trade. Okay, so first of all, I just want to bear in mind that this is a personal view. It's a personal insight. It's not a confirmation that a trade will go in profit or that I shouldn't take a trade. It's just things that I am picking up along my journey and patterns that I've experienced that stop me from taking a trade or potentially increase my profits, my wins. Okay, so just use this as a bit of an example, a bit of a guide, nothing too strenuous, and we can obviously talk about what we are looking at. Excuse me for my voice, I'm a little bit croaky today, I'm not sure why. First, as you can see on the screen, what we have here is just pictures of different patterns that I have put together. And I've actually got these printed out. So these patterns are actually printed and at my desk. And I like to look at them now and again to make sure that my brain is aware of these patterns without actually having to look at these papers in a long-term journey. So my brain will naturally pick these up as I go along the more I look at them on the paper. And so I don't have to always go back to the patterns that are on the paper, but naturally my body, my mind will pick it up whilst I'm looking at the chart. Okay, so here's just a few of them. So like I said, these are all printed out. And this is all in a folder as well in my phone. So I have a trading folder and it has basically all the best trades that I've taken, patterns that I really like, anything that I've really found useful in my journey. I've put them all in a folder and look sort of like this. Okay. Now, I will talk to you about some of these patterns. What I'm going to do is I'm going to talk about them and then refer them back to the chart, because I want you to see how they appear on the chart and kind of what I'm looking for alongside the patterns, because sometimes a pattern or a particular type of candle might appear, but other things might not align at the same time, which will stop me from taking that trade. Okay. So the first thing that I'm going to talk to you about is the double inverted hammer. Now, let me just try and find it. Okay, so right here, as you can see, we've got two inverted hammers. Okay, they're quite squished to the bottom. For me, that's a good signal of a strong sell. Okay, so anytime that this appears, my ears go up and I wait for a potential trade. Okay, so as we can see this one here, we've got the two inverted candles, inverted hammers, taken a little bit for it to really go down, but it has gone down, especially because it's going away from the 200 EMA, which is the strongest EMA that tells us of price movement. So both of these together will absolutely give me the direction to take a sell on that trade. Okay, I will find you, one second, another one that actually was a non-trade. I think I've passed. There we go. So just here on the top right hand corner, you can kind of see something that's similar. Okay, and you've got here a little bit of a neutral candle, the first candle, and then the second one is an inverted hammer. Now, this can absolutely make you think that it's going the way that it is with a sell. Now, there's a tiny bit of a difference. We've got two blue candles, firstly, and the first one is a neutral. So this, if I was to see this in a trade, I potentially wouldn't take it. I would possibly wait a little bit longer just to see where it had gone. But because also what we have here is the EMA, the lightest EMA rising, that would give me also an indication not to take that sell as a sell. Okay, and I'll explain to you a little bit about these EMAs crossing over, because they play a massive importance to the way I look at trades. Let me see if I can find you another one. Don't think I've got another one up here. Aha, there's another one. Okay, so here on the bottom left-hand corner, we've got again the double inverted hammers. We've got a green one and a blue one. So I like it when it's both colors. That for some reason it always suggests a strong sell. Now this one wasn't as strong as I would like. Now this one I definitely took the trade, but I'm pretty sure I came out of it a little bit earlier, because where it was on top of the 200 EMA, that to me was a slight indication that it might not be such a strong sell. Now, if I just go back to this one here that I mentioned was a strong sell, it's underneath the 200 EMA. So it's going away from the EMA, whereas this one is just above it and it pushes through past the EMA. But because it's on top, it indicated to me that it might not be just as strong. Okay, so I'm pretty sure I came out on that third candle here, just on that 10 EMA. So yeah, there we have the double inverted hammers. I love them. I'm pretty sure Michelle uses them quite a bit on her trade. We've also got here the top left hand and the bottom left hand corner. We've got, this is the same trade. This is just the longer version. As you can see here, we've got an inverted candle. I like to use these, especially when you've got a very long wick and the coloring of the blue for a sell is way more at the bottom of the actual wick, the actual whole candle, and then you've got the candles either side that linger quite lower from that candle, if that makes any sense. So it's not lingering at like midway or at the top, but it's lingering right at the bottom. So that for me was definitely an indication of a sell. Okay, so this one's just this one below is just the longer version of the trade. As you can see, it went down, came back up again, went down again, and came back up. This candle here, something similar to this one. I also look out for these, but potentially, normally I won't take a trade straight away if I see this. This blue inverted hammer, I would call it. I wouldn't really call it an inverted hammer. What would I call that? That one also, because it's just above the 200 EMA, it's too close to the EMA for it to be a strong sell for me. So as you can see, this bounced off the 200 EMA. And then here, this green candle in the middle has shown a reverse, potential reverse. And that's exactly what it did in order for a strong. So these are all small, how would I say, combinations, confluences. Okay, I'm not sure if you guys have heard of this word confluence. It's basically what we look at already. It's reasons for us to take a trade. We want at least 3 of them. And confluences are basically, it's a terminology used for these reasons to take the trade. So it might be that it's hit your support, it's hit your resistance, that you have downward trend, upward trends, anything that is helping you take that trade. So yes, definitely this would have been as I wanted it. Also, I'm sure there was an alert there for it to have reached in order to take that sell. It didn't quite reach the alert, although it did turn into the candle that I wanted it to. So that's another reason for me to take that trade. I hope this is making sense, guys. The other things that I'm going to show you is, let me just come back, which I've mentioned about the 3 diagonal candles that then turn into a strong buy. Let me just find this for you, if I can find it. There we go. Okay, top left hand corner. So as you can see just here, we saw this on the gold chart actually last week, which I'm going to try and bring it up for you in a second. We have here 3 candles that align diagonally downwards. Now this one is a little bit longer, but it's basically showing that the size of the wick is going all the way down, right? So it's showing that it's tried to go down, tried to go into sell, and the buyer's pushed it up. Tried to go into a longer sell, the buyers still managed to push it up. And when I see these 3 going down, they have to go down. If any of them are starting to go up slightly, it potentially will turn into a sell, okay? So this is another pattern I like to watch. So these 3 are showing a downward trend here. This is in an hour chart, on the hour chart. So this took obviously a while for it to get to. Normally, it's not that I'm watching for these diagonal patterns. It's more that I've noticed it after and then potentially wait to take a buy, not on that first green candle, but the second one, okay, just under here. Now let me try and find you the chart in a second so you can find this. Okay, just excuse me because my gold chart is very complex to the naked eye to some, not to mine. Let's try and find this pattern for you. Okay, so need to go on the hour chart here. Just bear with me. Okay, so something that I spotted in the gold trade last week. Okay, this was on, when was this? This was Wednesday last week. We have, oh, just push this back down. Okay. We have the 3 diagonal blue candles going down once again. Okay, the wicks, as you can see, there's one here. Although this one didn't really show a strong buy, I wouldn't have taken a buy then anyway because the size of the wicks are slightly off. So we've got this first one that's longer than this one, and then you've got a really long one. I wouldn't have taken a buy there. If we go to Wednesday the 20th, it started off around 10 a.m. We've got one here, second one, and third one. Now, this candle obviously started to show a buy, although I didn't take a trade on here. I'm pretty sure I took a trade on this one, although a few hours later, we can see that it went into a strong buy. Okay, so this one's a little bit not as straightforward because what we would have liked is for the buy to have happened really strong here. But it did happen, obviously, as the wick went all the way to a 2164 price. And then it came back down. So we managed to get those 3 diagonal candles swiftly going down, pinches on the 200 EMA and shoots right up. All right, so I'm going to show you this triangle pattern here on the gold. We've got 2 of these. Apologies again for it to be very complex. So here, we've got this triangle. We've got a straight line here, and we've got a descending line with a triangle here. We also have, we also have another one here. We've got the straight line across there in the white, and then we've got a descending line that goes all the way, meets here, and making that bit of a triangle. Side triangle, okay? Now, something that I learned with this pattern, when you have a pattern that starts to descend, so it bounces from the support up to the downward trend line, down again to the support, bounces off, we've got nice straightforward, but as it's going smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller, we get to those 3 diagonal patterns there, shoots up for a buy. Okay, normally this isn't a confirmation, this isn't 100% factual, okay? But when you have a pattern that starts to descend and get smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller, it usually breaks out of the analysis and shoots up. So normally I like to set these up in order for here to start taking a buy trade. And then we did this as well today. As you guys might have seen on the gold trade, it's been on an overall bullish trend. And what we see is it's not the best one, but it's a tiny one. We see that it bounces off that downward trend line, comes down, bounces off here the 200 EMA. It goes a little bit down, goes back up, reaches that lining again, goes all the way down, breaks out of that 200 EMA, breaks out of that lining, but it does come back up, and then it goes back down again, and then it shoots out of that triangle. Okay, so as you can see, we've got that lovely buy here that's happening even right now. So this one, technically, it's not really as clear as the first triangle that I showed you, but it is enough for me to kind of gauge what's happening. And the last thing that I want to show you, and we're going to do this on this chart whilst I'm here, is the EMAs. Now, if you guys don't have EMAs, I would absolutely recommend you to stick them on the chart. So we've got the 200 EMA, which is the strongest, the yellow lining here. We've got the 50 EMA, which is the purple one, and we've got the 9 EMA, which is the light pink one. Now, it should really be 10. I'm not sure I've got it at 9. So make that 10. They will appear here on the left side of your chart. So you can change the colors, you can hide it. So if I click that button, I can hide the yellow EMA and pop it back on. Same again with the 50, take it away and hide it. And again, hide it on the 9 EMA. I can also delete them, whatever I want to do, change colors, and also change their strengths. Okay, so if I need that to be 300, 100, take the 9 to a 50. Okay, so at the moment it's just a general, the general sizes, general strength. Now, one thing that I love to look for is the lighter CMA, so the baby pink one. That likes to push the price around, okay? It really helps to watch how this EMA dances around the candles, because if we look here, it pushes past that purple EMA, okay? And that suggests to me that it's pushing upwards, it's pushing upwards. Now, if that purple one continues to go downwards and this pink one continues to go up, what we're seeing is that the baby pink one will start to push price even higher and higher and higher, especially if the purple one starts to move away, okay? Because it means that there's a strong push of a buy here. And also with the 200 EMA being very far away, will also show that there's a little bit more of a push going towards that buy. Now, I hope this makes sense. On a sell, it's really, really good as well. As we can see on here, the pink one, the lighter one, starts to cross over the purple EMA, and we can see that it's taken a massive sell. Here it's kind of consolidated, and then it continues to push away from the purple and continue into a lovely sell there, okay, a bit of consolidation. And then obviously it's closer to the 200 EMA, so it's bounced off and created a strength in the buy there. So if I try and get back to these pictures for you. Hopefully I can show you EMA crossing over. Okay, so if I pick, let's pick a good one for you guys. Okay, perfect one here. Now, if you see on the top left-hand corner, what we have here is a descending baby pink, the smaller EMA, and it comes back up over the 200 EMA, and then here, perfect little pattern here for the EMAs not only have we got this beautiful inverted hammer candle going for a sell, we've got a second one, a potential one, and also that reversal that we spoke about earlier here, to reverse from that buy into a nice sell. But also on top of it, we have the baby pink that's going far, far away from the 200 EMA. Also the purple, the 50 EMA, starts to come swiftly past the 200 EMA line, but it's very far away from the baby pink. That gap there suggests to me a massive, massive sell. All right. If that purple EMA was closer to the pink one, it wouldn't be just as strong. Okay, so the further that the lighter EMA goes away from the 200 EMA, the yellow one and the purple one, that's a suggestion that the direction that the price is going to be very strong. All right, we can see it here on the top right hand corner. We can see that the purple one hasn't even reached nowhere near the 200 EMA or the 9 EMA. We can see that it's broke through that 200, that yellow one, and it's gone all the way down, and we can see really strong buys and sells, but overall, it was a lovely strong buy. Lovely strong sell, which you could have taken a few of those sells there with those different candles. If I can find another one, here's another great one. EMA crossover big drop. I actually wrote myself a little text there, a little reminder. Again, the 9 EMA going all the way down, very far away from the 50 EMA, the purple one. And you've got the 200 EMA just going nice and swiftly across, but also far away from the 9 EMA, the pink one. Okay. Here, maybe we can add this one here as well. Again, you can see the pink EMA crosses all the way from down underneath the 200 EMA, crosses over the 200, crosses over the 50 EMA, and it pulls really far, starts to distance, create a massive gap between the purple one and itself, and it goes all the way up into a very, very strong buy. Okay, so that crossover here is really, really good to watch out, because if it starts to distance itself from that purple, from that 50 EMA, you'll know there's a lovely strong buy that's coming in, especially if that 200 EMA is also floating across away from the other two. Okay, what I will do, I'm going to stop there with our patterns, because I don't want to make this any complex for you guys. It's already a lot of information, and I guess, yeah, just take your time. If I was you at this moment in time, I would start to collect as much of your pictures, patterns, anything that you find that has created a very, very good execution for a trade. Start screenshotting them, take pictures of them, stick them into a folder on your phone, and reserve them for potential trades in the future. And like I said, I've got printouts. They're currently on my desk in A4 sizes, and this helps me kind of get myself prepared to find what I'm looking for when I'm looking for certain patterns. All right. What else? I think that's it for us, guys. Okay. That's it for these insights, and please let me know if you want to have a chat about any pictures that you've seen, and we'll go from there. We'll hope to see you guys soon with better profits, better trades, and really good executions. Okay, bye guys, thank you.